before starting the new, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna exercise. I want to get more listings. But what happens? You just have a thought. I mean, there's a statement that says a goal, una meta sin plan. A goal without a plan is merely a wish. Una meta sin un plan es solamente un deseo nada más. Si tienen que escribir el plan y hacer un plan organizado que te controla tu vida, te controla tu negocio. So, in this aspect, when you look at it, I mean, how many people do New Year's resolutions? I guess we all do, right?
Yeah.
So how many people write something and organize it? Now that's the key question. ¿Cuántas personas organizan las metas que piensan hacer en el 2021? Lo han escrito, han hecho un plan. Todos estamos igual. Se nos olvida, se nos va mañana. Tomorrow, the next day, oh, next week I'll start, maybe, next week I'm gonna do this. Y así la vida te toma posesión porque no lo controla. Y eso es el problema que tenemos. Life controls us in the sense that we don't control it. So whatever we plan without writing, without putting it together, it's gonna go away because something's gonna go in the middle. Something's gonna take you away from your focus. You're not gonna have time, okay? So keep those things in mind. We're gonna go through one by one. So for 2021, and you're gonna hear these words constantly: organize, write, focus, action plan, equals control. There's more time that you'll find out, you'll be surprised that you have, that you don't think you have, and you're gonna have less anxiety. So what I'm teaching today, and it would be the fact of both business and it applies to your personal life too.
Okay? Can you mention those points again?
Yes, and I'm going to be mentioning because you know how we are, we forget and we don't write. Okay, we're going to get organized. That's the main point of putting your resolutions, your goals together. Organize them, think about it, put it down in writing. What are your goals for 2021? Get more listings. I'll go through that now. You're going to write it down. We're going to do an action plan. I'm going to go one by one. This is just the overall. You're going to do an action plan, what you need for resources to do the action, okay? And then you're going to calendar it, and you're going to have a time management where you're going to put priorities in a 4-quadrant thing that I'm going to teach you, not just a to-do list, but this is really important. I taught this in college. I did a PowerPoint myself for Miami-Dade College on that. Time management and the 4 quadrants is something that not too many people have heard, but it's been around for a while, and it's very important because it helps you priorities of what you need to do now. So number 1, for goals, you need to ID what you want. Identifica lo que se quieren hacer claramente. Pueden hacer más listings. Number 1, as an example, you could ID, what is it exactly I want to do in 2021? When and what time and so forth, time frame. Okay, so you ID. Okay, what do you want? You want more listings? Well, then you find out, how do I get more listings? Then you have to think, sit down, think, because this is not something we do if we don't write it down. Again, it's a resolution. If you don't write it down, it's just a thought, but you don't think about it. So take a few, some time, and just even half an hour, a few minutes of any day, and think exactly what you want priority. First, I'm gonna focus, number 1, on listings. Then I'm gonna focus on buyers. Or I've had too many buyers and I still have buyers, so I'm gonna focus on listings. What you do is you ID what do you want now, when, and how, which is the first goal that you're going to start with for your real estate business plan. Okay, so you've got to think of that and write it down. This is the first thing you write, the ID. First, you write the idea of what you want in the business plan. What do I need to do? What resources I need? In other words, ¿qué recursos necesitas para hacer las metas? Los recursos es los tools. I mean, apart from you sitting down and thinking things, you also need to know what you need. You need your computer, you need to connect, you need social media, you need marketing. So how do you do or get more listings. You need to connect. To get that listing or buyers, you need to connect. How do I connect? Organizations, when I get to one stop and be able to go through some of the courses here, I need to learn how to connect. Once you do that, and that action plan, you got to write everything step by step, the idea of that action plan. When do I plan to do this? Immediately. I plan to do it now. Okay, and then later we're going to calendar it when it comes to time management. Keep that in mind, that everything you write down will be calendared later as I go in time management aspect. The other things is connections. Number one, how do I connect to those list people that want to sell? Number two, how do I approach them? How do you go to them? How do you talk to them? Okay, so again, this is all writing. Remember, it's not a dream or a thought. This is an action plan for you to get something and do something and get money. So how do I approach them? It's the second part of connecting. ¿Qué es lo que debo decirle? ¿Cómo debo hablar? Si me dicen algo, una cosa que, bueno, ¿por qué debo coger un realtor? ¿Por qué esto? Ya tú tienes que tener eso en mente antes de conectar, antes de hablar con alguien. Para la venta, para que te use a ti como real estate agent. Los fishbowls, lo que es las personas tratando de vender por su cuenta. Aquí tienes información y el por qué tú puedes hablar con ellos, el por qué te deben usar a ti, aunque te paguen tu comisión, porque hay estadísticas que dicen que tú vas a ganar más usando un realtor que no, por ciertas razones que no voy a entrar ahora, porque aquí hay otros maestros que van a hablar de ese tema. Así que, you know, the listing, how do I get it, cómo conecto, cómo puedo hablar con esa persona, qué conecta, qué hace lo que es el hablar, el approach, you have to write down, how do I approach it, okay, I gotta learn, tengo que aprender, ese es el punto del ID, cuando ya tú sabes el ID, tú entras en qué es lo que necesito hacer, what do I need to do, what are resources, okay, I need to know how to do it. Tengo que saber cómo hacerlo, cómo lo sé por One Stop y los cursos que tiene One Stop, que tú puedes buscar también información de cómo puedes hablar con la gente, cómo decir lo que tienes que decir y organizarte, porque deja de explicarte algo bien importante o something important. Cuando tú haces un listing, cuando tú vas a un listing y vas a hablar con alguien, tienes que estar luciendo en control y organizado, porque esa persona te está viendo psicológicamente. Vas a un listing presentation y tiene los papeles todos regados, que le ibas a enseñar el comparable, la información de la casa, los precios, cómo lo vas a hacer, todo. Okay. Y entonces vas a la cita, you go to the meeting, the listing meeting, and then all your papers, espera, déjame ver si aquí está, espera. Ok, eso no es bueno. Siempre ya antes de ir te preparas. Ese es el punto de organizarte, hacer el goal y organizarte, lucir preparado. Cualquier persona que van a hablar ustedes para vender, para comprar, hablen ya sabiendo qué vas a decir, qué pueden preguntarte, porque eso es como una clase que tú tienes que tener para ti mismo. ¿Qué es lo que debo aprender si me van a hacer preguntas? Pero estar organizado antes de tiempo, antes de hablar, antes de decirle cosas, te ven organizado, te ven como una persona. Eso es lo que tienes que lucir. Todo, lamentablemente, es un lucir también. Así que eso es importante. That's important. Okay, try to look that you're organized. And again, that's one of the main points of all this today for me. Secondly, you have to then, once you organize, you know how to do it, you know how to do things, then you take actions. Okay, tengo que aprender, I have to learn more on this aspect. So, okay, ya después yo te voy a enseñar el calendario cómo hacerlo. Lo pones en un día. Este día o media hora, or this day for half an hour, I'm gonna do this. Y lo pones en el calendario, because if you don't, mañana, okay, no, a lo mejor, y entonces después tienes todos los emails en el medio y todas las cosas y más nunca lo haces. So you have to plan, ID, organize, focus on what you need to do, if you need to learn, or if you need to act, qué haces de paso, cómo conectar con la gente, con asociaciones, con personas que conocen, con esto, hacer un marketing plan, que Maggie aquí te va a hablar de lo que es eso, que es muy importante, el social media es muy importante hoy en día. Así que trata de hacer qué es lo que necesitas hacer para hacerlo. Y lo planifica por acción en un calendario. Voy a hacer media hora de aprender. Voy a estar media hora llamando a la gente. Voy a estar este día en una asociación que puede tener gente que vende en la casa también. Ok. Seguimos. Yeah, we go on.
Henry, look around the
Yes,
room.
exactly.
Look around.
Habits. The only other thing in addition to ID, plan, act, calendar is habits. Hábitos. Los habits es importante. We all forget that we have to have good habits. What is a good habit? Anybody just tell you one good habit? Brushing your teeth. Well, yeah, that is a good habit. Yes, brushing your teeth. Okay. Secondly, the other, well, one important good habit that you should have is getting on time to places. If you have a listing meeting, please get on time. Again, you look out of control, you look disorganized if you don't get there on time. And everything you do, try to get there on time, no matter what it is, if it's personal or if it's business. Remember, all this that I'm doing today is business, but it's also personal for you, personal for your own personal matters. So you do the same, you organize, you put what you need to do. But the important habit, number one, is time management, getting there on time. Number two is try to organize yourself. The good habit of getting on time, to be prepared before you do something, be prepared. Reading and knowing something today or tomorrow, knowing something, reading every day, okay? Leer todos los días algo, aprender, saber que quieres aprender algo, y después lo vamos a ver en calendario. Seguimos. La otra cosa es, hay un libro muy importante, muy interesante, que se llama Conway's 7 Habits of Success.
What's the name again?
Robert Conway es el individuo, se llama Conway, y se llama The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Ok, y son los hábitos que tienes que saber, pero aprende. Eso es una cosa hoy, este año, para que aprendan, por favor, hazte más control, más buenos hábitos y organízate. Entonces, ese es el punto de los goals. You need to have a goal, pero necesitas escribirlo, organizarlo, saber qué hacer, tomar acción, planificarlo y calendario, ¿ok? Para no tomar más tiempo, y estas son cosas que yo hablo que puede ser, you know, these are things that I speak that could take, yeah, I got classes of business plan that takes 3 weeks to teach in Miami-Dade. Then I have to sometimes summarize it to 1 day, and here we summarize it to 20 minutes. So I think time management before we get to the budget, very quick. In time management, okay, organizarte con el tiempo, time management. Ustedes ya saben que esta es una de las cosas que es el planificar, el goal, nobody has this, or el goal, chequear. Que otra cosa que quise decirle, cuando haces un listing y no te va bien, o bueno, no que no te va bien, que no lo cogiste, regresa y piensa, ok, espera, ¿qué es lo que hice mal o qué es lo que debo cambiar? Siempre analiza el paso que tomaste, si tienes que reevaluarlo, rehacerlo, aprender más. Siempre después del paso que hiciste, evalúalo, ok. Tú siempre tienes, everybody has a to-do list, right? Todo el mundo hace un to-do list, vamos a hacer todo lo que voy a hacer esta semana. Está bien, el to-do list. Lo otro que yo le puedo recomendar, y apunten el nombre, se llama The 4 Quadrants Time Management. 4 Quadrants of Time Management, ¿ok? Eso te dice lo que vas a priorizar o dar prioridad, what priorities you're going to have in each of these boxes. Of course, it says important, urgent, important, not urgent, not urgent, important, or not important, urgent, and not important, not urgent. Okay, esto es para poner los to-do, cosas que tienes que hacer en prioridad. El primerito, por supuesto, es el urgente. El primerito dice, ok, y apunta todo lo que tienes que hacer urgente o hacer en el momento, y hay definiciones que tú puedes tomar como qué cosa es lo que tú crees que es un crisis o hacer algo hoy mismo o a la hora que lo tienes que hacer ante la tarde, what you have to do, all right? So everybody, you can make copies of this if you want. El segundo es planificar, este es el 80% de tu tiempo, el otro es 15% de tu tiempo, que no es crisis o lo que tienes que hacer. El 80% es para evitar crisis, para organizarte, pero planificando, qué es lo que tengo que hacer para esto, qué es lo que tengo que hacer para lo otro, qué me pasó más que dice y tengo que reevaluar. Este es el que se llama Important Non-Urgent. No es un crisis, pero es una planificación para echar para adelante tu meta y para tú evitar los crisis, ¿ok? So, y ya para terminar con esto, dime lo demás que es buscar cosas con email y delegar algo a otra persona. Y el último es bobería, Facebook y bobería, y tú sabes, ok, so this is 4 quadrants. Hagan un Google que te va a salir, es una cosa que lleva tiempo, pero nadie lo sabe. Y lo enseñé en Miami Day. Lo otro es cojan su calendario, ya estamos terminando con esta parte ya. Cogen su calendario, un calendario, que vas a meter, tú sabes, y lo estoy hablando en español porque no sé si acaso, you need it, but again, get your calendar. Okay. No, hablamos de todas maneras. Get your calendar and calendar what we were speaking about your goals, when to do what, at what time. Because if you don't do this, la vida te lleva como una ola de que no tienes control y te está llevando a ver todos los lugares, no tienes control de nada, está por aquí, está por allá. Ay, sí, pero iba a hacer esto, pero tengo que correr para esto. No, con un calendario. La primera media hora de la mañanita, a lo mejor trata de leer algo que necesitas aprender algo quickly, a la media hora solamente. Chequea tu email después. Entonces pon en idea qué contactos tienes que hacer hoy. ¿Okay? Si que tienes un calendario para el día de hoy, pon una parte para la semana que viene o a la semana y una parte para el mes y después, si no, 2 meses. ¿Qué es lo calendario para las acciones? Para lo que quieres hacer, cuándo vas a tomar una acción aquí, si es un paso, el otro paso y el otro paso, ¿ok? Y finalmente, y eso ya no puedo hablar más porque no hay tiempo, pero ten eso en mente. Ahora vamos al budget, que Samuel, maybe you could help with this. Tienen que establecer,
Esto es como un...
pero primero, sí, tengo, lo que quiero decirle a ustedes que lo que tienen que hacer es calcular sus gastos. Primero, calcular qué gasto tú tienes en tu vida. ¿Qué gasto? Aló, por favor. ¿Qué gasto tienes?
We're showing it on the screen.
Yeah, what? Let's see, that's the other one. ¿Qué gasto tú tienes personalmente y qué gasto tienes de oficina, de real estate? ¿Qué gasto tienes? Comprar tarjeta, pagar esto mensual, lo otro. Pon todo en orden. Y tu gasto personal, ¿cuánto tú pagas en mortgage? ¿Cuánto tú pagas de alquiler? How much do you pay in car payments? Everything, gas. Get an idea. So
You have to keep that in mind.
You gotta be in control. Again, everything. Control, organize, control. How many people do this? How many people? Okay, good. If you do this, you have a good idea of where you need to make sure you got enough money. So, Melinda?
So knowing your expenses, you have to base that off how much you want to make then for 2021. Here it says, my income goal for the next 12 months. Maybe we're gonna go with the example of 50K. We want to have 50K for the year, at the end of the year.
And again,
So we put
this is
50K.
an example.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is an example, and we can all, go back on this form and put in numbers. Like
Yeah, put your own
want
number.
a number.
We're gonna go off 50K, okay? So then the average income, the average commission earned per closing, we're gonna say about 6,000. Around 6,000 is every commission check you're gonna get. Okay, the number of closings required to reach my goal, you have to divide the first line by line 2 to see how many closings you need to reach the goal. You need 8.
It's a little, when you do the calculation, it's a little bit more than 8. Let's go with the.
Yeah, it's around
right?
8.
So let's say this
Because
got closed
the
on-
commission is not gonna be always 6,000, you know, it's gonna be around it. The number of closings, okay, the number of sales required, not listings, but when you send offers, or you have like a buyer, you know, the number of sales required to close to hit my goal. You divide line 3 by 0.25. So 25%. You need 2 sales required to close my goal. We're doing 2 because listings is key, okay? You want to try to get listings more than buyers. So then we're going to listings here. Number of listings required to close to hit my goal. Multiply line 3 by 75%, because you want most of your closings to be listings. You need 6. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Listings are the name of the game. A good listing agent's income is 75% listings sold, 25% sales. Okay, so the average percent of listings taken by my office that closed during the listing period. So yeah, you get the listing, and how many of them don't close, like they expire and then they don't end up closing. Well, we're saying how many of them close, okay? 90% of them, we can say close. Some might end up not closing and the listing expires. So that's for the office, an example. Average percent of sales contract written by you, that close. Average percent. So we do 70% as an example. Like when you send the offers, sometimes they might not get accepted, that fell through. Okay, that's an example. So the number of sales contract needed to write in the next 12 months. Divide line 4, which is the number of sales, by line 7, which is the average percent of sales contract written by you. Would be 3. You need 3 contracts needed to write within the next 12 months.
On the sales side.
Yeah, sales, not listings, offers, getting the offers
Working with
executed.
the buyers. You work with the buyers.
And then number 9 is appointments needed to obtain 1 listing. We're saying about 4 appointments needed to obtain 1 listing. You need to make 4 appointments to be able to get 1 listing. You're not gonna always get that listing at that appointment, you know? You need to go to at least 4, and from those 4, you're gonna get 1. Number of contacts needed to obtain 1 appointment. How many people do you need to call so you can finally get that 1 appointment? Fizbos on Zillow that are trying to sell their house, or people you know that are trying to sell their house by owner, you should call about 10 of them. And from those 10, you'll get 1 appointment. Okay. Number of new listings I will obtain in the next 12 months. Here you do dividing line 5, number of listings required, by line 6, the average of the office that closed. Oh, by line 9, obtain list appointments.
No, by line 7.
So you need 28 listing appointments needed annually. You need 28 listing appointments annually. Go to 28 appointments. And then number of listing appointments needed per month, that would make 2 listing appointments per month. This is basing off if you want to make 50K a year, okay? Number of listings appointments is 2 per month. So that would mean per week is 0.5, which is every other week. You should go to a listing appointment, okay? At least every other week, you should go to a listing appointment. And the last one is number of contacts needed per week to reach my listing goal. You divide line D, which is right here, number of listing appointments per week, by line 10, which is number of contacts needed to obtain 1 appointment. So the number of contacts needed per week is 5. You should call 5 Frisbos per week in order to make 50K a year and get the listing appointments. This is a good sheet to use, like if you want to work backwards. I want to make 50K, how many appointments do I need? How many contracts do I need? How many people do I need to call? a week.
And then again, you plug in your own numbers,
Exactly.
right? And as you can see, it's not difficult. It's not a difficult thing if you really have a plan, un plan a seguir, you know, te hace una meta de toda la semana lo que tienes que hacer y no es difícil. Lo que pasa es que hay que organizarse. Este trabajo es de organización, como Henry ha explicado, de como no tienes un jefe atrás de ti diciéndote venga a las 9 de la mañana y termina a las 7 de la noche, ¿sabes? La gente se queda entonces. Es lo bueno que tiene y lo malo. Pero por eso que hay que organizarse, es decir, todos los días este es como mi trabajo, que yo tengo que hacer llamadas, and I'm going to do the Facebook calls, and I'm going to knock on doors, y voy a tener los contactos. Así que teniendo eso, la meta se alcanza.
This is a good schedule to have for yourself.
Yep.
To see what you need to do. So now we're gonna move on to social media and marketing with Maggie Relloso. Woohoo! Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Henry. So Henry, Maggie, you wanna unmute yourself and share your screen? Yeah. Where do we put it?
Ready. Ah, excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
And social media.
How about now? Is that good? Is that good? Oh, tiene que poner mute.
It's on the bottom.
Okay, am I good now? Someone's phone, iPhone. Oh my God. How did I do this? Okay, here we go. Are we good now?
Okay, we're ready.
Share the screen. Somebody else. Annabelle.
Not muted. Galaxy Note 10.
All right, is that okay now?
Eso es lo que pasa con
Okay, I got it. Go.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody can hear on the Zoom, Maggie?
Hello. Hi. Oh, you have to mute.
I am.
Oh, you are you? Okay. I was like, I'm hearing myself and I'm like,
Oh,
what?
no.
Okay, go. I know why, I know what's happening, but I'm not gonna
Okay,
explain.
I got it.
Let's go.
All right, so hi everybody, I'm Maggie, and just jumping off on what Henry was saying, we're gonna talk a little bit more about prospecting with social media. Social media, as you guys all know, is a very, very important tool that we all have now access with our fingertips and for free, which is the best kind of marketing and advertising that you can do. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it was my volume set up. Anyway, so basically I have a little thing here that I made for you guys so that you guys can see what's new in Instagram. As you know, I'm very big on Instagram. I love it. And I'm actually now veering off onto TikTok, which is like really addicting. So, so anyway, so we're gonna go off onto Instagram. And basically what's new on Instagram is that they have a Reels section now. So it's 15-second videos that you can make. It's similar to TikTok. However, TikTok is 1-minute videos that you're allowed to make. By using Reels, you are able to increase your follower engagement. You're able to get on the explore page, and you can even add effects, filters, and audio files onto your reel. So it's actually a really good tool, a quick 15-second little video, and a lot of people get to see it. So to do the reels, you would just click down here on your home page at this bottom thing where it looks like a little movie, like a video screen. And that's how you get started. So
a reel is like a video that like you can record, stop recording, record, stop recording.
Right.
Like if you're walking through a kitchen, record it. Okay, we're going to the backyard.
Correct.
Record it. We're going to the bedroom, record it.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
could
how a
do.
reel is.
Yeah, you could do several different little clips. It doesn't all have to be one take. It could be a quick 3 seconds here, 5 seconds there, and 7 seconds there. No, 15 seconds is
15
the total.
seconds.
Yeah.
15
So,
seconds.
so basically how you can add a reel to your Instagram is basically click, this is another way to do it. You click here on the top of your profile of your main page. And then this little pop-up thing at the bottom will come up. And then you could either post, put a post, like a normal post, like a picture, like how we're used to. You can add to your story. You could do a highlight, an IGTV video, which we discussed earlier, and then a reel. So the reel is right here. So you would click there, and then it would bring you to this screen. I put it black because I don't know, but so as you can see on the left-hand side here, it has 15 seconds that is available. You could add music, you could add emojis, you can add all kinds of things that you would like say, for example, a story. So step 3 would be just start recording, and then you're pretty much done. And then you could just submit it to your to the reels on Instagram. And if you have a public profile, which I highly recommend as a realtor, you're a public persona, might as well just let it all out there. Obviously, if you don't want to put something in there like your family, your child, or whatever, then that's fine. You could always do a separate Instagram for your personal pictures. So here's a little script for the first reel for you guys. You guys, little homework. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been proposals about putting a $15,000 or up to $15,000 down payment assistance to first-time home buyers at closing. If you guys remember in 2008, I think it was, they gave first-time home buyers a tax credit, which was only for a couple years. And that was after when they filed taxes. Now this is actually at closing. So, I mean, it's not in the works yet, but we're trying to get, Congress is trying to get approval for this, or trying to approve this. So here's a little script that you guys can use just for your first reel. Like, attention, first-time home buyers, you may soon be eligible for up to $15,000 in down payment assistance paid directly to you at closing. Make sure to like and follow me for more updates on the latest news in real estate. So right there, you're kind of giving information. You're not giving it all, but you're also giving what is called the call to action, which is what I discussed in my other social media conferences or seminars. So a call to action is to make sure to like and follow. That is really big. That way you tell the people that are watching, like my video and follow me, because I'm going to give you more information. I'm going to give you value. That's really what these social media platforms are all about, is how much value can you give. If you see people that have like millions of followers, it's because they're giving those people some sort of value. So I know everyone's always interested in real estate and what real estate has to offer. And a lot of people are still clueless as to even how to buy a home. So that is a good little first reel for you guys to maybe put up on your Instagram so that it brings in more followers, more likes, more engagement, and gives you a little more clout, you know? So-
This script, tú lo puedes poner like en la foto, ¿verdad? Like you type it en el
You
video que
can.
estás viendo. O
Absolutely.
lo puedes decir a la cámara.
Lo puedes decir en la cámara, lo puedes hacer como un selfie así, attention home, first time home buyers, la, 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 la. And at the same time you're saying it, le puedes poner lo escrito.
Ajá.
So, y le puedes poner muñequito, corazoncito, lo que sea. Ahí hay bastante de cosas ahí que puedes poner. Si necesitas ayuda con eso. ¿Cómo? Ah, ok.
Is there any rule to consider first time buyer? For example,
Any
in the
rule?
past it was after 3 years.
3 years. It's after
Property.
3 years.
Then was
Yeah.
3 years.
After 3 years, you're, yeah, considered.
How it work?
I'm sorry.
After we finish selling the property,
I think it's
year after.
3 years just buying a home. Like if you haven't bought a home in 3 years, then you're
If
qualified.
you had a home before, you sold it, wait 3 years,
Right,
you consider first time home buyer.
right. So that's a good little, no, it's a tax credit. It's on your eligibility, right? I guess credit, income, those are things. And it's supposed to help the first time buyers, you know, with down payment, which is what people are having trouble with.
No, what I mean is that, she doesn't have to have the property for a certain amount of years.
Oh, no, I don't think so. They haven't said anything about that. It's just to help first time buyers. And it's still in the works, you know, todavía no lo han dicho que it's for real, pero it's called the First Down Payment Assistance Program or something like that. So, yes, it's federal. It's a federal, yeah. So yeah, if you want.
Enseguida que lo tenga ya available, lo vamos a anunciar para poderlo.
Exacto, exacto.
So it's not on yet, but I think it's coming.
Yeah,
or it's be able to-
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the works, you know. So it's something that the new administration has been campaigning about and, you know, so it has to be proposed and it's something there that it's just to make people aware. I mean, if it doesn't happen, you know, then it doesn't
It
happen,
might
but
not will happen or it might not work correctly, you know, but we gotta see when it comes in.
yeah.
It's
It's an, exactly, it's like to inform your audience, like, look, and look, I could bring to you,
Yeah.
you know?
Buyers think they know it all, so we have to
Right.
tell them something new like they don't know. Look,
Right.
you're gonna get a $15,000 credit.
No, when you
If
don't
you say that
buy,
in a video in your caption, they're gonna wanna buy
when
it.
you don't want your buyer to, work for that money and not buy it, no? Because,
Right.
that's the situation.
Well, that money goes directly in at closing. So they obviously still have to buy, you know, work out kinks in the system. So, you know, so it would go directly to them at closing, like not like before, where it was like you would file taxes and then you would get the credit. You know what I mean? Now it goes directly in, right, if you qualify. Yeah. So that's about it. Anybody questions?
You know what I didn't understand when he said, if you haven't bought a house in 3 years, you are considered a new buyer again?
Yes.
First time home buyer.
First, oh, I thought it was when you have never, ever bought a house.
No. It's that and the other one, the 3 years. So I guess with that, then we can discuss about the mortgages. So I'll like
My
throw it off to Alex.
All right.
All right, you want to use my computer? All right, go for it.